We're here with Roy Costner, the creator and MC for Liberty Idol. Roy, we have some questions for you about the event and how it got started and what your thoughts of.
Okay.
What made you decide to start this event?
Well, it's actually an interesting story. My family was walking through town after we were out eating dinner, I think, and I saw the old gazebo that was out there, and I asked Angie, my wife, and I said, well, I wonder why they built this. She said, I have no idea. And I said, well, I got an idea. And Angie always makes that funny face when I have these ideas. But so we went and found the mayor, and I asked him, what do you do with this? And he said, well, we just use it for, you know, local things, you know, whatever community events that we want to have out there. And I told him I had an idea, and I kind of told him a little bit about what I envisioned Liberty Idol to be. He wasn't quite so sure what to do with it. I got the Chamber of Commerce involved, and Maria Gillespie at the time. She was very instrumental in helping me to make it happen. I said, listen, I'll do this event for free. Let's see what happens. Let's see how many people show up. Let's see what we can do for this area. Who knows? So we started it, and you know, we had probably 100 or so people that first time, and it just kept growing after that.
Where did you get the idea for the event?
Well, I guess it would be based loosely on either reality type programs that you might see on television, except I wanted to change it to be more the way that I wanted it to be. In other words, I wanted it to be free to watch, free to enter. I wanted it to be family oriented, rated G from beginning to end. I wanted it to be more about the people and the community, and to have that feeling of kind of like what it has become, where you almost like you've come to your own big old monster family reunion, and not so much about anything to do with money. And I will tell you this, you know, being 6 years that we've done this event, the things that I'm most proud of in my life have to do with Liberty Idol. I was awarded the first ever key to the city for the City of Liberty, which I'm so very thankful for. And actually the City of Liberty won from all the other municipalities across the state of South Carolina in marketing tourism. I think it was 3 years ago. We submitted the Liberty Idol event, and the finalists were Anderson and Rock Hill. And I took time off from work and went down with the mayor, and we made a presentation in Columbia, and they won that award. So there's two accomplishments that have to do with that event that I'm very proud about.
Alright, so now for some of the tougher questions.
Yeah, okay.
How much does the event cost the city per year?
Well, see, I don't have a lot to do with, I don't really have anything to do with the finances. I do care, though, because I don't want it to be where it is costing the city any money. I asked the mayor about this at the end of last year and at the end of this year, and it averages out to about $30,000 a year total expenditures to run the event. But now keep in mind, they bring in a lot of money through sponsorships, and there were a couple of years they actually got grant money, and then they used some money from hospitality tax. The only reason I know this is just because I've asked the questions. But you know, to have a 15-week event that a total cost out is $30,000, when you look at the amount of people that you reach and what was actually able to be accomplished for the City of Liberty, I'm putting it on the map, it's very cool. Now, you know what, there's a lot of things that happen in Liberty that puts Liberty on the map. I'm just very proud to be a part of a great city. You've got the cheerleading, you've got the football team now as well as it's doing. I mean, Liberty is doing well, and we've got a lot to be proud about, and this is just one of those things.
So you don't have anything personally to do with the finances?
No, and part of the reason I did that is I love my job. You know, I work for Charter Media, and I can't go out and sell anything except for advertising through Charter Media. I would never want to have any problems with that. So I created this event, and I showed the city how to go get their sponsorships, and I said, I'll manage the production side of it, the show side of it. And basically, the only way I could do that was through all those volunteers. You realize that there are 40 people, counting myself, that have to be there in order for that event to work. I mean, to me, that's truly amazing because all these people are giving of their time and energy and talents just so that we can have a cool thing to happen for the city.
How much are you personally getting paid for this event?
Well, the first couple of years I didn't get anything. And then I went to the mayor and I said, look, it's costing me a good bit of money. I'm buying prizes that we throw out and give away. It's costing me anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 on equipment because, you know, when you push the sound as much as we do, I'll blow a speaker, or those cables they're expensive and they get messed up from taking them down, putting them up, taking them down, putting them up. So the city, it basically averages out to about $500 per show. But I never wanted it to be about the money. So if we ever wound up with any extra, then I always gave that back to the charity. Last year it was the Ronald McDonald House of the Carolinas, and this year to the National MS Society.
All right, one of the most argued questions is how many people actually come to the event?
I don't know. It's interesting because the paper always asks that same question, and I'll tell you exactly what I told the newspaper. The only way that we could ever kind of figure it out is because those volunteers would tell me that only about 1 in 4 people would actually take a ballot to vote. Well, we number all those ballots, so I know how many ballots we give out. So if we gave out 800 ballots, then we knew that that's about around 3,000 people that should have been at the event. Keep in mind that you got people that come late, come in and out. There's a lot of people that go around the outside, and it's really hard to sit down and tell. But I am confident, based on the number of ballots, that we have had some really large crowds out there, largest crowds I've ever seen in downtown.
So rumor has it that you've resigned from doing Liberty Idol. If so, when did you officially tell the city?
Well, it's true that I told the mayor that I no longer wanted to host the event. Keep in mind, the event belongs to the city, so I'll support it, and I'm hopeful that it will continue and do very well. With me, again, 15 weeks out of a year, it's a lot of time, and while I love the time that I spend with my family and friends, it ties us down to where we almost miss out on vacations sometimes. We've been very fortunate over the past couple of years. At the end of the 5th year is when I originally told the mayor, I said, okay, it's 5 years, I'm done. And he pretty much talked me into doing 1 more year. And the only reason I agreed is because I knew that we were going to change the charity, and I wanted it to be the National MS Society because my wife has MS, and I wanted people to understand what it was about and how beneficial it could be to bring that awareness to the public. So I agreed to do 1 more year. So on the very last night of the final show, at the very end, I shook the mayor's hand and I said I have enjoyed it incredibly and can't thank you enough and the city enough, but I'm done. He said he still wanted to talk to me. So when I heard that he was resigning, I went ahead and came on up here and said I have to make this official, even though I really feel like I've made it official a dozen times. But I've got to move on to bigger and better things. So
did Mr. Deese's resignation have anything to do with the end of Idol?
No. Wow. No, I can't imagine that it would have anything to do with that. When I talked to the mayor about why he was leaving, excuse me, he said it was for personal reasons, that he wanted to get his wife closer to family, and I can really appreciate that because I believe in having strong family ties. So, I'm positive it had zero to do with me leaving Liberty Idol.
So, what are your plans for the future if you're not going to continue with Liberty Idol?
Well, I've got some really cool ideas that I want to do for Pickens County. Some things that I'm hopefully working on even this week. Once those come to it looks like they're going to happen, then I guess we can announce it with you guys. And I'm working on something on a much bigger scale too, more of a national level. you know, there's so many different opportunities that you have in life, and I just don't want to one day be sitting on the front porch saying, well, I wonder what would have happened if I would have tried this. You know, one of my sayings that I say to the youth all the time that they give me a hard time about is do all you can with what you have and the time you have and the place you are. Do all you can with what you have and the time you have and the place you are. So that's what I try to do. So I'm going to keep moving forward and see what else good I can do for not just this community but for other places.
Well, thank you, Mr. Costner.
Thank you.